And I'm back. A lot of time in the car today. Beautiful sunset. And I just wanted to give a little bit more explanation about fractionated coconut oil, also known as MCT oil, medium chain triglyceride, and why I would want to have a little squirt bottle of it, or maybe 4 around my house. So this is one of many possible choices of a fatty oil. So if you're new to the world of essential oils, you may not yet have made the connection or been taught that unlike the regular old definition of oil as being like grease or liquefied fat, in English language, when we say essential oil, it's got no fat in it. It's not greasy. Okay. Essential oils are just chemical compounds derived from plants that have lots of really cool medicinal properties, aromatic properties. They're very volatile. That's why when you open that bottle, you're immediately smelling it across the room. Volatile in this context, it just means that they are ready to react. So that is why we have such quick responses. You're inhaling those molecules and it's getting into your respiratory system and also through your olfactory system that takes it right to the base of your brain, which is the primitive brain or the limbic system, responsible for emotions and fight or flight and memories. And so smelling something, essential oils, any kind of fragrance, has a very quick impact on your whole physiology, which if you understand that, you can find lots of benefits of ways to use it to help support yourself and those that you're taking care of in a lot of different ways, like help, focusing and calming and soothing, for example. Okay, so an essential oil is not like an oil in terms of being fatty. It has been understood that, there's so many things that I could say about this, but I want to keep it short and sweet, and I'll refer you to where you can get even more information. But it has been understood that if you combine your essential oil, like I said, very potent, very volatile, with a fatty oil or lotion, we call that a carrier. And so the fractionated coconut oil is a carrier oil. You could use avocado oil, you could use olive oil, coconut, full fat coconut oil, whatever you've got on hand. Anything that might be considered a massage oil, that is the same thing. It's like a carrier oil. And what it does is when you combine that essential oil with the carrier, like I talked about earlier, I squirted a squirt of the FCO, the fractionated coconut oil, in my hand and put a drop of the eucalyptus and mixed it up. So it was acting as a carrier in order to allow me to take that really tiny amount of super potent, amazing eucalyptus oil and spread it over a larger area. So if you were trying to help someone with a skin situation, maybe a sunburn or a rash or something, it wouldn't really be practical to be like drop, because it's volatile. That means it's absorbing quickly right into the skin, and the local tissue and into the bloodstream, but it's also evaporating quickly. And so by combining your oils with a carrier, it does a lot of good things. It helps it not all evaporate, and it helps give you a chance to spread it around. And the FCO itself is a little antibacterial, very moisturizing. And some people may find that their preferred carrier oil is something a little thicker with more fat in it, because what they did to get this is they strained almost all the fat out of the coconut oil, and that's why it's called fractionated coconut oil. And fractionated coconut oil, when you smell it, you don't smell it. It has no scent of its own, and that's nice because when you combine it with your essential oil, you're going to get your lavender, peppermint, vanilla, ginger, whatever it is, and that's all you are smelling. It's not like lavender and olive oil, we know, which has a smell of its own. Another benefit of this choice of carrier oil is that fractionated coconut oil has just about an indefinite shelf life. So I might have one of these, put it in my diaper bag or something, and don't think about it for months or weeks or a year, and it's still totally fine. It's not going to go rancid. It's not gooey and sticky. It absorbs very quickly into your skin, and it shouldn't stain clothing and sheets. So that's really nice. So yeah, long shelf life, no scent of its own, doesn't usually stain. So that is why that's the preferred carrier oil. It's not the only choice, but we like it a lot, and there are a lot of other great ones out there. But that's what we mean by diluting or carrier oil. For example, remember we have the Copaiba roller bottle. Hopefully I can find it again easily because I've got my window open and I just got bitten more. In our part of Arizona, mosquitoes are just not usually a thing. This year, the monsoon season and the humidity and the standing water has been unusual, and we're getting mosquitoes. And I would put the repellent blend on, the TerraShield, if I was in the habit of having to deal with this. But anyway, when you see a roller bottle, the reason that that is used as if a convenient application method. Let me see if I can get this open. Sorry, I closed it really tight. I want to put some more on, so I'm going to wrap up this video so I can do that. I use the Copaiba on my face sometimes too. It's a really good skin one, but it is pre-diluted. You buy it in this packaging from doTERRA if it's like Copaiba Touch. There's Lavender Touch, there's Neroli Touch, there's a lot of Frankincense Touch, Peppermint Touch, Breathe Touch. There's a handful of ones that are packaged this way as an option. They also have them just in the, the bottle, which is perfect for putting in your diffuser or doing your own mixture with lotion or something. But that's what we mean by that. The Copaiba Touch, it just means that it is pre-diluted with a certain ratio of the fractionated coconut oil. And now that I explained what fractionated coconut oil is and why they would have chosen that it's a really good setup for a lot of people, and usually kids and sensitive skin, like this is enough dilution. Add more if you need to, but usually it's really good. And one other thing about the benefit of applying your oil in that way, if it's one that you know that you're going to be, versus just straight or neat, if you know it's one that you're going to use regularly, like you're got a situation where you're going to be giving yourself support, like for respiratory or anything, where you're going to be placing the oil in the same place repeatedly, your chances of developing a skin sensitivity with repeated exposure in a short amount of time are almost taken away by using the carrier oil with it. Because what it does is it slows down the absorption rate so that it's going into your skin and you're still getting all the benefit, but it's just doing it more slowly. So it's like a time release mechanism. And that is so great because there are times when you want to get that oil into your system, like into your bloodstream and throughout your whole body quickly, like if you're dealing with some kind of infection situation. And there are times when you're dealing with a local complaint, a very specific spot that you're wanting to like get some help with. And by having it diluted with the fractionated coconut oil, it keeps it to stay right in the place where you need it, you know, your swarmy or whatever it is, and keep working right there in that local tissue longer rather than just getting in your bloodstream. So like the deep blue rub is a great example. That's a thick, it's in a cream, so it's a really heavy dilution, heavy dilution, but a heavy carrier, so that it is going to, I'll have that deep blue oil absorb into your system over several hours. So it's amazing. So that's what we mean. And when we say diluted, we don't mean like, oh, it's cut with a filler or something. We just mean that it is already put into with a carrier oil. So that's what, in the terms of essential oils, that's what dilution is. And I hope that made sense. Again, let me know if you're confused. And glad to help you. That is what I feel like my job is to, little by little, help us all gain confidence and feel good about using these beautiful gifts of the earth in our life to solve all kinds of problems and prevent lots of problems. All right, thank you for listening, and I'll be happy to hear from you.